Good morning. Hello, my name is Drea and I am a licensed esthetician. I work at Beau Visage Spa, and today we are going to be talking about how to have fun in the sun and enjoy your summer without getting any skin damage. So the first thing I was going to talk about is kind of why we wear sunscreen and like the importance of it and what the sun can do to your skin. So between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. is when the ultraviolet rays from the sun are most damaging. So that is when you'll want to focus on either not going out for the day during like the peak hours. I would say between probably like 2 to 4 when the sun is the most damaging, or there's plenty of ways you can help to protect the skin that we'll talk about. But let's talk about first what the damage and the effects can be without sunscreen or sun protection. During those times in the day, the sun can break down your collagen and your elastin in the skin, and that translates to skin laxity or looser skin. And it also can cause the formation of wrinkles, generally before your time. So it prematurely ages you. And it also can worsen skin conditions like acne and rosacea and hyperpigmentation or brown spots or darker spots on the skin. Even the marks that we get from a blemish afterwards, generally there'll be a bit of either a brown spot or a red spot. Those can actually worsen from the sun as well. And of course, you can get melanoma, which is a deadly form of skin cancer. And there are tons of different cancers that are thought to be caused from direct sun exposure over time. So we know that the sun does a lot of things to our skin that are not pleasant after effects. And I want to teach you guys a way to prevent that from happening so you can still enjoy your summer and love the skin that you're in. So the first thing, of course, is going to be sunscreen. And the big thing about sunscreen is you want to reapply it every 2 hours that you're in direct sunlight. And it doesn't matter if you have an SPF 15, 30, 50, or even SPF 70, because all of them, no matter what they say on the package, have to be reapplied at least every 2 hours in direct sunlight, or they wear off. They can only shield off the sun for so long. And then the situation changes if you are around reflective surfaces. You may need to reapply more frequently. And when I say reflective surfaces, I'm talking about water, I'm talking about snow, and I'm also talking about sea foam. Sea foam is the one that actually can double the index of the sun and damage the skin. So if you're doing boating and things like that, you really want to stay on top of the reapplying of the sunscreen. There's different kinds of sunscreen. We have a couple here that we love at Beau Visage. We have the Topical Tropical from Sorella. That's actually the back bear size. I'll show you the size you can buy. And it has a matte finish. It's very lightweight. I think it has just a little bit of a gentle smell. Everything that they have is a very natural smell. And what I love about this one is it's so lightweight, it doesn't even feel like sunscreen. I always tell people it's not your grandma's sunscreen because it just feels so good. It's very lightweight. I don't know if you can really see it, but it has a little bit of just like a clean smell. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's not annoying. It's not like heavy or too much fragrance, if that makes sense. And I like that it has a matte finish, especially for my clients that have breakout prone skin or oily skin. Most people really appreciate that it's a matte finish. So it's an SPF 30. The difference between an SPF 30 and an SPF 50 is about 2% in protection. So really just about finding the sunscreen that you love that you're gonna wear all the time. So the other one from Sorella, it looks like this. It's called the Quench and Protect, and it's hydrating, and it's an SPF 30. This one is amazing for summer and for winter, especially if you have a drier skin type or you just need a little extra boost of hydration. And I rubbed that other one in too soon, but this is what it looks like. Now, both of these are what we call physical sunscreens, and that means that they're not going to absorb into the bloodstream on the skin. They're going to stay on top of the skin at the surface level. I will say that this one takes a little bit longer to rub in than the Topical Tropical. It's really, really hydrating, but it works on all shades of skin. So it'll eventually blend in. The richer your skin is, it might take a little more massage, but that's really good for your skin anyway, so it's fine. You can see They're pretty elegantly formulated, so they're really comfortable to wear. That one pretty much smells like the other one. I would say this has a little bit of a sweeter smell that Topical Tropical does. So sunscreen. Sunscreen is awesome. You'll want to use sunscreen that's specific for your face, on your face, even your neck and your ears and the back of your neck, your hands, everything you do to your face and your neck and your décolleté. You want to do that to your hands too, because if you think about it, we're always driving and the sun is hitting our hands and it's aging us prematurely. It can lead to skin cancer, sagging skin. So really think about protecting your hands. That being said, you'll also want to wear a body sunscreen in the summertime for wherever your skin is exposed. But I also have some alternatives to that because I know not everyone is going to be religious with their sunscreen application. So I want to tell you about some clothing that you can purchase online. I'm not sure what brands are out there. I just know that it exists. They have clothing that is UV protective, and I think it's basically like an SPF 50 kind of thing, and it will protect you wherever it covers. They make them for kids too. I know I've seen those at Target, and so it's a great alternative, especially for the little ones that are not going to get out of the pool long enough to be able to reapply. They have swimsuits that have UV protection in them. One of my favorites and the secret to my skin on the summer months would be the UV protective umbrellas. They can't just be a regular umbrella. It needs to actually be a sunbrella, a UV protective sunbrella. And I love using them all summer and even winter long. Sunscreen should be applied year round. It should be every single day, just like brushing your teeth. It should be a no-brainer. Got to put that SPF on year round. In the winter time, you can reapply it a little bit less depending on, your lifestyle and if you're out in the sun frequently. So definitely love that. I take it on long walks with me, and it also kind of keeps me cool. And I definitely love that one. That's something to look for. I know I got mine at Walmart and it was under $25, and it's just been so awesome because I don't have to think about body sunscreen as much. I'm in the car, and I use my umbrella when I get out of the car, even if it's just to walk into a bank, because really people are like, well, I'm not in the sun that much. You would be surprised how quickly you can start getting damage on your skin from the sun during those peak hours. So another thing that I was going to talk to you guys about is something I learned from Dr. Murad, and he was letting me know that you could do eating your sunscreen. It sounds crazy. No, we're not going to eat this sunscreen. We're going to eat different fruits and vegetables that I'm going to let you know about. And this is going to help to fight the sun damage and kind of like just make your skin cells stronger and give them more defense against the sun. That doesn't mean that you can't. You still have to wear sunscreen or something that we talked about to protect the skin, but these are amazing because I'm all about holistic treatment. Like if you can help yourself internally and externally, your results are going to be that much better. So I would say that you would want to definitely start eating more of the polyphenol rich fruits, because these are going to help to provide anti-inflammatory and antioxidative protection, and that's going to fend off free radical damage. We've talked about it before, but if you're new, I just kind of want to jump in and talk about free radicals real quick. So free radicals, they come from all sorts of different places. Internally, it would be like fried foods and cigarette smoke, and externally like pollution, and things like that. And what they do is they're a free radical, so they're looking for an electron, and they're trying to steal your electron. And when they do that, internally or externally, it can eventually lead to cellular death. It can lead to, aging before your time, redness, and making everything just kind of worse. So you want to always eat foods that are really good, like antioxidants and polyphenols. So the ones that Dr. Murad recommends would be pomegranates, cranberries, blueberries, and green tea. These are just the ones he's talking about, but I'm sure you can get online and research it for yourself and find a host of even more than I listed. But definitely start thinking about this when you're, eating during the day. Think about getting these in your daily diet if you can. The other thing would be cruciferous vegetables. These actually fight carcinogens that can lead to cancer. So cruciferous vegetables, examples would be broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, watercress, turnips, cauliflower, and radishes. And kale, I believe, is also a cruciferous vegetable. And there's so many ways to incorporate kale. If you love smoothies like I do, you can just throw them in. I promise it doesn't taste like anything. You can't even taste them. And it's a great way to kind of eat your sunscreen. So the other one would be vitamin C, and things that are really high in vitamin C would be mangoes, strawberries. Strawberries are actually higher in vitamin C than oranges, so definitely try to get those on a daily basis. Berries and berries are also really important. So the other ones with vitamin C would be potatoes, oranges, of course, and most of the citrus fruits, I believe, are pretty high in vitamin C. And then he also suggests getting the coenzyme Q10, and this is going to help to be kind of a free radical shield. And those would be spinach, peanuts, wheat germ, and whole grains. So with whole grains, you want to look at the back of like your bread or your quinoa or whatever, and just make sure it does not say enriched, because that means it's probably not a whole grain anymore, and they've kind of messed with it and it's not as healthy. So kind of look for whole grains if that's something that's working for your body, because I know everyone's different with what they're eating, but these are just recommendations to help you with sun protection internally. I will note, if you are prone to breakouts, you might want to skip the peanuts until you know if that is affecting your breakouts, because peanuts can sometimes lead to breakouts for some people. But I will just say that I think that, I was thinking about this morning, when we're in school, when I was a little kid, I definitely remember a dentist coming in with a little pair of teeth and a toothbrush and toothpaste and floss. And they showed us everything, right? Of how you're supposed to brush your teeth for 2 minutes. You're supposed to floss. You're supposed to, rinse your mouth after you've had certain foods to make sure you're not messing with your enamel. And interestingly enough, I think that we all kind of fall short on our sun protection because there's no one going into the schools when we're little kids explaining this to us. So hopefully what you've learned today, you can pass on to the younger generation and all the people around you, and just start to help educate so that we can have better skin, healthier skin, and avoid things that are totally avoidable, like skin cancer due to excessive sun exposure. Another thing I want to clear up is that even tan skin is actually skin damage. I know a lot of people really like to tan, and there is a little bit of psychology behind that. So tanning is actually addictive. It releases those same feel-good chemicals as like eating a bar of chocolate or something like that. But unfortunately, it can lead to skin cancer and premature aging and sunspots. And I just want to educate you that there's no such thing as a base tan. A lot of people want to get a base tan before vacation, and we're kind of in vacation season right now. So honestly, just get a spray tan. Just get a spray tan and do something else nice for yourself, like get a facial instead of sitting in a tanning bed, and you're going to love the skin you're in. You're going to have healthier skin, and it's just really good self-care. So hopefully that helps. And I look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. My stress relieving tip is actually a YouTube video that I'm going to leave in the comments below, but I just want to kind of explain what it is. So I've recently started learning about something called emotional freedom tapping, and it sounds kind of wild. I know I was really skeptical at first too, but if you've ever heard of traditional Chinese medicine, there are different points on the body. There are 14 meridian energy lines supposedly in the body. If you've ever heard of acupuncture before, where they put the needles in, they're supposed to be like clearing your energy lines, and it's really supposed to help with everything from pain to all kinds of things. Well, I found out that this emotional freedom tapping, you don't have to be licensed to do it. You can actually do it on yourself. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, and I have had such good success with this way of stress relief. But you can use it for anything. You can even use it for physical pain. It's supposed to help with headaches and even physical ailments. And when I was watching last night, it said that this is like the acupuncture without needles for emotions. So we all have some high emotions right now, I would imagine, with everything just being so unknown and all the stress of the world. So I'm definitely going to link that in the comments, and I encourage you to explore it and try using it and see what you think. I can kind of show you the points on the body if I can remember them. Hopefully I can remember the order. I'm new to it as well, but there are points on, I want to say it's your left hand. Actually, I think it's supposed to be your left hand, but I'm not sure. So they call this one the karate chop because it's kind of like how you would karate chop. And then there's points on the eyebrow. So I know this is a point. There are points, and you're just gently tapping on the side of the eye here. And I hope this is the right order because I've only done this a few times, but I tried it on my kids and my fiance, and they loved it. I tried it on myself, and it was so helpful. And then there's kind of like an orbital bone right here. You'll feel it. And then there are also mantras you can say during this to kind of help you get through whatever you're trying to get through. And then there's one right here above the lip area. And there's one here on the chin. There is one here on kind of like the side of your body here. And you want to have a little bit of pressure with it. And then the last one, I believe, is on the head. But if you go and you do it and you actually watch the video, hopefully that was the right order. If not, follow the order in the video. This is a complete game changer. I know we can't see the energy within our body, but we're not stagnant. If you could see us on a cellular level, even the skin, we're always moving. We are just basically a big ball of energy. So if you can take a couple minutes out of your day and do this EFT, you're gonna be amazed at how you can take back control of your life, change your attitude, and de-stress. So that is my fun in the sun without damage and anti-stress class, and I cannot wait to see you guys Wednesday. Have a wonderful afternoon.